Ms. Lena Khan had been teaching for only 2 weeks when the unimaginable happened. It was a rainy Thursday morning, the kind where everything feels heavy, like the sky itself might break open. Lena, just 25, with wide, hopeful eyes and freshly ironed clothes, walked into her classroom at Falcon High School believing she could make a difference. She had left a comfortable private school job to work in this public high school, known for its discipline issues and underfunding, because she believed the students here needed someone who cared. She didn't know her idealism would soon be shattered, literally and emotionally. Inside Class 10B, the walls were scribbled with graffiti, the fans barely worked, and the students were louder than any she had ever handled. Most were from broken homes, struggling backgrounds. Some had never been truly listened to. But Lena saw potential. Every single day, she smiled through their jeers, through spitballs, and even threats. And then came them. 3 boys. Seniors who had failed multiple times. Rehan, the unspoken leader with cold, calculating eyes. Faiz, quick to anger. And Zain, silent but always watching. They weren't just students, they were feared. Rumors said they'd been involved in theft, fights, and worse. Teachers either avoided them or let them pass to get them out of school. But Lena, she didn't look away. She dared to ask questions. She sent Rehan out for misbehaving. She gave Faiz detention. She called Zain's guardian when she noticed bruises on his arms. It was her compassion that threatened their control, not her punishments. The turning point came during a history lesson. Rehan interrupted with a loud joke about her clothes. The class laughed. Lena took a deep breath and told him to leave the room. He didn't. Instead, he stood slowly and walked up to her. She didn't back down. "You think you're better than us?" he hissed. "No," she replied calmly, "I think you can be better." That sentence, simple, true, was enough to flip something inside him. The next day, the hallways buzzed. Rehan had vowed to teach her a lesson. After the last period, Lena stayed back to grade assignments. The school was almost empty. That's when it happened. The classroom door burst open. Rehan, Faiz, and Zain stormed in. The lights flickered. "No one's around," Rehan grinned. Faiz locked the door. Before she could scream, Rehan yanked her by the hair. Hard. She fell, her head slamming into a desk corner. Blood blurred her vision. Zain hesitated at the door, his fists clenched. But he didn't move. Lena cried out, not just from pain but disbelief. How could anyone do this to someone who wanted to help? It didn't last long. A janitor passing by heard the noise and called the principal. Security rushed in. The boys were pulled off her. But the damage was done. She was taken to the hospital. A concussion, bruised ribs, a shattered spirit. The school was shaken. Parents protested. News cameras arrived. Young teacher assaulted by students, the headlines screamed. Rehan, Faiz, and Zain were arrested. Charges were pressed. But what happened after is what no one saw coming. The school offered her paid leave. Most expected her to quit. But 2 months later, bandages gone, spirit rebuilt, Lena Khan walked back into Falcon High School. The students stood still when she entered. Even the loudest ones didn't whisper. They'd all seen what had happened. They'd seen her come back anyway. She didn't mention the attack. She didn't look for pity. Instead, she simply said, "Some people think this place is hopeless. But I'm here because I don't believe that. If you're willing to try, so am I." That moment changed everything. One by one, students started showing up for extra help. They apologized. They listened. Some even spoke up about their own trauma. Even Zain, who hadn't touched her but stood and watched, wrote her a long letter from juvenile detention, apologizing. He told her that when she looked him in the eye, he felt seen for the first time in his life. Rehan and Faiz remained defiant, but slowly, time softened them too. Rehan's mother attended a parent-teacher meeting for the first time. Faiz started drawing in his cell, something he hadn't done since his father left. Lena Khan didn't save the school in one day. But she ignited something, a belief that even in the darkest corners, light could break through. Her courage, not her lectures, taught the biggest lesson Falcon High had ever seen.